Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Oasis Springs, and we're starting out in the North Oasis Springs apartments. Just visiting a few of the residents, and we are downstairs in Iris Black's, no relation to Iris or Jackson Blackman, apartment. Right now, she is practicing her piano because she is an amateur entertainer, and so she has to practice her music every day. She's not the best at piano, but she is very good at mixing and DJing. So let's listen in and see what she's up to this morning. She's about to produce the next hit single. Just adding in the guitars. All right, let's burn the track. What are we going to call it? Eye of the Llama? Okay. And of course, she needs to burn a little something else, too. Errant thought, dating is a chaotic mess these days. No one seems to be taking it seriously, not even Iris. But maybe it's time to get serious. Should Iris Black enter into a long-term relationship? Well, I mean, Valentino seems interested. All right, so now we're upstairs with the James family, and this is Malachi James, who is putting his daughter to bed right now. He was introduced in prior episodes as Malik James's son, or oldest son, and Malik James was Omari's lover or love interest who ended up jilting him to marry another man. But Malachi is his oldest son, and he is now married to Lisa James, and they live in Oasis Springs with their daughter in the apartment across the hall from Valentino and Yasmin. Malachi was the first teen in the save file, and now he's grown and a married father, and he doesn't have a job yet, so we're gonna get him a job. He's just going to get like an entry-level job somewhere where he can make a little money to contribute to the household. All right, so put him in the business career. We'll have him work at Lancaster and Olivier in the mailroom, and hopefully he can get a promotion from there. And he'll start out his morning with a nice, healthy fruit salad before he is off to work. And Lisa is pretty much a stay-at-home mom, so she takes care of their daughter, and she just makes sure their house is kept up. But she'll probably eventually go to work, too. All right, so Valentino is handling some business this morning. He's a little bit worried about the bills because, some of his, side jobs are not panning out like they usually do. And Yasmin is getting ready for school. Without a care in the world. She's like, Dad, why are you so cranky? It's a nice morning. A nice Thursday morning. He doesn't usually let Yasmin play video games in the morning, but he's feeling a little off today. All right, so she's off to the bus, and he's going to walk her there, and then maybe go play a little basketball, get his head together. Okay, so Aubry decides that today is the day that she needs to have a full and final conversation with Jameer Ellis. She already had the conversation with Steven. Now she needs to have this conversation with Jameer, so she can make absolutely sure it's clear that they are not in a romantic situation, that this is just a friendship. I mean, she finds Jameer really attractive, but he's far too involved with her father. between the catering job and the Brightchester Club. Did that guy just say he had a crush on Aubry? Ignoring that. Anyway, she invited Jameer to the Ravenclaw Cafe today for a clean and clear break. And she's like, you know, you're a really nice guy. I mean, I really think that you're going to be successful one day as a chef. And I mean, I'm really attracted to you, but I just don't think we're compatible. Apparently, he doesn't care. He's over here celebrating. He's like, yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree. Besides, you know, I'm not really looking to settle down right now anyway. It's like, well, good. Glad we got that out the way. Good to see you. Aubrey's like, I just want to make sure it's clear that you understand this is just platonic. Because like the last time I told you this, you know, you invited me on a date and then stood me up. He's like, yeah, I mean, I was feeling a little bitter at the time, but I'm over it. Well, that's great. And what about that girl? You know, the girl that was interested in you? What was her name? He's like, oh, yeah. You mean the one you fought with over me? I actually kept in touch with her. I actually kind of like her a lot, and we've been seeing each other lately, so... You know, I mean, maybe I just picked the wrong one that night. Like, okay, well... Good to know we're on the same page, Jameer. All right, so she's leaving the Ravenclaw Cafe because it was just way too uncomfortable to stay there with Jameer. So she's just gonna go grab a drink at the stand next door. It's like, not trying to hang out there too long. I might have to hear more stories about him and his crazy stalker girlfriend. Besides, she wants to pick up a treat for Yasmin. Maybe get on her good side. All right, so she's back at Valentino's apartment because she's still avoiding going home. Simone's family is still visiting and it's still way too cramped. So she's come over here to visit with Yasmin and give her the treat that she bought her. Nothing like bribing a 9-year-old into liking you. Aw, she's like, I adore you, Yasmin. You're so cute. All right, so let Yasmin eat the cupcake after she finishes her dinner. I mean, that's not really finished, but whatever. Just let her eat the cupcake. Apparently, she has to go all the way outside to eat the cupcake. And so now all the neighbors are going to stop by to greet her. Yasmin, stranger danger, stop talking to the neighbors. Oh gosh, this must be the welcoming committee. Even the downstairs neighbors are up here. Her dad's like, what are y'all doing out here talking to my daughter? This apartment building is definitely a lot friendlier than Aubrey's bougie apartment. They don't even have a swimming pool and all the neighbors are still out greeting each other. Don't ask me why Aubry is going through Valentino's mail, but she's like, he seems to be acting funny, like something's up. Let me just make sure all the bills in my grandmother's apartment have been paid. He looks like he's behind. What's going on? Aubry, quit being nosy. Well, I definitely can't accept any money for this babysitting job. Not when he's already behind on the bills. Good thing I have got that bartending gig. So she found out he's a serial decliner. Do I even want to know what that means? Probably not. All right, so Valentino is still acting funny and he snuck out of the apartment to go who knows where. So she's watching Yasmin again, and Yasmin is playing in the closet. Like, I guess hide and seek. I don't know what this is.
Yibs.
Yasmin's like, you don't have to hang out with me. You can leave. My dad leaves me here by myself all the time at night. I'm a big girl. I'm 9. Aubrey's like, nah, I want to hang out. I mean, I can't go back to my apartment, and I have fun hanging out with you, Yasmin. So, what do you think you want to do tonight? Yasmin's like, well, I was planning on having some me time. That's why I was saying you can go. Apparently, they have awful compatibility. Even though Aubrey's sentiment about Yasmin is that she's adoring, apparently Yasmin has no sentiments at all about Aubry. And she's thinking thumbs down. Aubry is not used to people not liking her. I mean, she's usually the likable one. So it's a few nights later, and Aubry is on her first shift at the sandbar. So she's hoping that it will go well and that she'll be able to keep this job, as well as make a little bit of money, so she doesn't have to depend on her dad anymore. The place starts out a little quiet, but it gets busy really quick. Everyone's here. Everyone's excited about the new bar at the beach, including Jackson Blackman. They keep Aubry busy making drinks. Let's see how much money she's gonna make. Did he just say she was mean? Well, we're not serving you, Jackson. Just for that. All right, so Aubry has reached level 9 of mixology. All right, let's make sure we collect our tab. And tell Jackson we're not serving him. He's scaring off all the other customers. Please leave that attitude at the door, sir. Oh, of course it would start raining. But apparently that's not slowing down the party. I mean, I don't know why Lee is behind me. Can you, like, get from behind the bar, Lee? See, somebody else is yelling at Jackson Blackman. I mean, he's always putting everybody in a bad mood. If we're a stay-at-home mom, Haley is always at the bar. This lady's getting no play at her bar. Everybody's going to Aubry's bar. And now Jackson is behind the bar. Oh my God. Lee Zhang, I mean, is this like a lab tech conference? I mean, like, why is Lee Zhang and Jackson Blackman here? And they're both behind the bar, annoying Aubry.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's show these people a couple of tricks. Show them what we can do. He's like, they're asking for more. They're asking for more. The crowd's like, wow, you're one of the best bartenders we've ever seen. Aubry's like, oh, no, no applause necessary. All right, so she made about $500. That's pretty good. And then she just happened to run to her friend from college, from the soccer team. So she's like, how about we hang out a little bit? I mean, I haven't seen you in a while, girl, since we graduated. You know, things have been going, you know, okay. I have this job here, and I think I'm gonna, you know, practice and then try out for the symphony again. All right, so they're gonna go hang out at the beach. Does that girl have on high heels? I can't. All right, so they're gonna go snorkeling. Maybe some dolphins will show up. Aubry is exhausted, so she fell asleep in the boat. When it's starting to rain, Aubry, it's time to go home. She's kind of been avoiding going home because, you know, Simone's family is still there. Simone is downstairs using the gym with her little sister. She's strong-armed her little sister into going to the gym with her. You know, she's trying to get out the house, you know, lose a little bit of the baby weight, do some aerobics. Her sister's not really into it, though. She's just happy to be out the apartment. Away from her child for a second. Okay, apparently they left the father at home to watch the babies. I don't know if this is a good idea. Because the baby is just laying in her dirty diaper. I mean, can he do something? Can he change the baby's diaper at the very least? Apparently not, because the little baby's questioning what's going on here. So Simone had to come upstairs from the gym to change the baby's diaper. Simone's little brother's like, Dad, what are you doing to me? Like, are you gonna feed me? Are you gonna play with me? Are you gonna put me down for a nap? What is happening? Apparently he's gonna just put him down on the mat. And then do absolutely nothing. Yadira Sampson is interrupting us. Hey, Simone. Jaquan Richards has asked me out on a date. Should I say yes? Yeah, just go for it. Go ahead and hang out with Jaquan Richards. All right, so of course Simone wants some chips because she always wants some chips. And hopefully the baby goes to sleep. And hopefully the little brother goes to sleep too, because apparently the father just decided to leave. What? How are you gonna? Did she just turn on the record? Did she just turn on? It's the next day, and we are at the Lancasters for Simone and Justin's engagement party. So the Lancasters live in this fancy multi-level house. Their daughter, who works for Lancaster and Olivier, lives in the apartment in the basement, and then they have like the 3 stories above her. Basically, Brightchester is supposed to be this kind of high rent area, so It's like a multi-million-dollar house, basically. So they are finally having the engagement party today, and they've asked Lynn to cater, so it should be good food. And Aubry's like, well, it's good that you're getting along well enough with your family that they agreed to throw the engagement party here today, Justin. Justin's like, yeah, my parents are just happy I'm marrying Simone and not embarrassing them. This is the first time that both families are meeting. Both the Floyds and the Lancasters have gathered to celebrate their children, as well as the Oliviers are here. The entire family, including Amber, who's over here trying to kiss Nadine St. Lauren Lancaster's butt. It's not going very well because Nadine can definitely outshade, outsnob Amber and her cousin any day. Amber, you're out of your league. And then Lynn is in the kitchen cooking. She's still pissed off though. Look at her. She's like in a bad mood. Cooking is Lynn's zen. So, you know, she was happy to get this job. It's much better than being a maid, that's for sure. Okay, apparently Amber gave up because Nadine was paying her dust. All right, so Lynn has struck up a conversation with Giovanni Olivier, just letting him know she works as a maid for his building, attempting to schmooze a little bit. Maybe she can get a raise, or maybe he'll invest in her restaurant. Apparently, Justin's older sister has decided to make something for the engagement party. She's not doing a very good job of it. We might want to stick with Lynn's cooking. So everybody's enjoying the food. And apparently Giovanni has conned Natalie into having a conversation with Amber. Natalie's like, you know, for the benefit of my daughter and just, you know, the benefit of our family in general, I'm going to try to get along with you, but I need for you to quit making snarky remarks. Amber's like, do you hear her? She says I'm making snarky remarks. I've never made snarky remarks. What do you have to say, Giovanni? Giovanni's like, you could make more of an effort, Amber. I'm just saying. Amber's like, what? I have made an effort. And what about her? What about her? I think that Natalie's pretty cool. She's like, what do you mean you think Natalie's pretty cool? Amber's like, I'm gonna ignore that. Natalie says, okay, well, I think the two of you have a lot to talk about, so I'm gonna go. Amber's like, see, she won't even make an effort. See? What have I been talking about? Natalie's like, what have I been talking about? See the snarky comments. I was being nice and now you just want to be rude. Amber's like, can I talk to you upstairs, Giovanni? Meanwhile, Aubry's up in Justin's old room attempting to mind her own business because she heard... Did they just get in the bed? She heard her parents arguing with Amber and she just didn't want to be part of it. But then she heard them come upstairs and she's like, they can't possibly be doing what I think they're doing. What is happening? Can the two of you be any more embarrassing? Dad, why would you do this at somebody else's house? You're embarrassing me. I mean, first you leave my mother for an infant and then you have another infant and now you're over here trying to make another infant. Amber's like, I'm not an infant. Aubry's like, yes, you are. Oh, hell. She's beating somebody else up now. And Lynn's like, I'm just minding my business. I needed more counter space. Well, we got gold for the dinner party. At least that's something. All right, so Simone has come in to referee a little bit because Aubry's just completely demolishing her father, and Simone does not want them to get kicked out of the apartment, at least not until she and Justin get a place. So Giovanni is so pissed he had to leave to go calm down, and so now Simone, Amber, and Aubry are talking. Simone was attempting to referee, but now it looks like she and Amber are fighting. So Amber has successfully pissed everybody off. She's like, Amber, can you please leave? Ugh, I can't stand that woman. Aubry's like, see, Simone, I told you these people can't be reasoned with. You're just going to get your, blood pressure elevated. So you might as well just leave it alone. Simone's like, but that's your family. I mean, you should work it out, Aubry. Things may never be great with that Amber woman, but you know, at least work things out with your father. You have a whole entire brother to get to know, and nothing's happened that can't be fixed. Aubrey's like, if you say so, I won't hold my breath. Amber went into the other room to check on Giovanni, but he's ignoring her and still attempting to calm down. She's like, Giovanni, you need to stop ignoring me. I mean, this is not my fault. Okay, well, I guess they're calm again. She's kissing him. Giovanni's like, I'm still pissed. I mean, I understand, you know, you wanted to sneak up here and have a little rendezvous, but I didn't realize my daughter was in the next room, and now we're in this big fight, and you're not helping things. I mean, you're acting very immature. Amber, you're acting my daughter's age. And I mean, technically you are my daughter's age, so I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I'm used to, you know, Natalie. She always understood people. She was always able to calm them down. She was always the peacemaker, not the one instigating everything. Amber's like, forget about Natalie. I'm here with you. I'll make you forget about her. Giovanni's like, forget it. I gotta go clear my head. All right, so everybody's leaving. Well, maybe Giovanni's not leaving. It's like, maybe if I stay here long enough, you know, Amber will go home, and by the time I get there, she'll be asleep. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He just needs some peace and quiet. Nadine's like, well, Giovanni, you can stay as long as you want to. It was so nice to see you, Simone. Bring that, you know, beautiful granddaughter over anytime you want, okay? She's like, yeah, okay. Thank you for hosting this engagement party for us. She's like, anytime. And I would love for you to join some of my charity committees so you can learn what we Lancaster women do. I really like you, Simone. I think you're very good for Justin. I mean, I've seen a bit of a change with him. He's a lot more responsible. Pretty soon he'll be taking over the Lancaster business. Hope to see more of you, darling. Simone's like, well, things seem to be going well with me and your family and you and my family, so I'm really happy, Justin. I can't wait to marry you and move in together. And your mother said you agreed to take over the family business now? Justin said, well, I mean, I'm still doing my entertainment, my comedy thing. It's like, okay. Does your mother know that? Aubry decides to cool off in the pool after that very eventful dinner party. Oh my gosh. Of course, here comes Simone's family. They still haven't left. She can't even go downstairs and use the pool and the hot tub without them showing up somewhere, popping up out the bushes. I mean, it's been a week. She definitely needs a drink. She was hoping to do laps in the pool, but Simone's mother is down there doing laps, so I guess she'll just enjoy her drink and by the pool and then go do some yoga. There's nobody in the gym. Meanwhile, Chaos is in... I thought he was naked. I thought he was naked. Okay, Chaos is ensuing upstairs. There's diapers all over the place. At least they didn't turn on the record player this time. Are they just gonna leave the babies in the apartment by themselves? Oh, here comes the sister to turn the record player on again. They still got their suitcases all over the place. Did they leave trash in the stove too? Aubrey's like, this place is a disaster. What is Valentino saying? Okay, yes, we're definitely going with you, Valentino. Anywhere, anywhere but here, please. Hot tip, there's some great performers playing at the flea market this week. You up for a visit? Sure. Aubry is ready to get out of here. And we're definitely not bringing any friends. Oh my gosh, wait, the sink is broken now. Oh, her father showed up to fix the sink. Okay, well, I guess we gotta fix the sink before we go to the flea market. I mean, that was a kind of a brief, intense conversation. He's like, I'm here to fix the sink. I'm not here to argue. Aubrey's like, I'm not trying to argue with you. I just want my sink fixed, please. And can you please take them with you? Maybe they can stay over at your house. Now, Aubrey's dad knows he is not handy, but I guess he fixed the sink, so there we go. Aubrey's like, thanks, Dad. I mean, Simone told me I should be nicer to you, so I'm attempting to be nicer. Is he going? Dad, can you not? He's like, well, I can make you my, special pound cake, Dad, you don't need to make me a special pound cake. I mean, just, keep your wife away from me and we're good. He's like, I get it. Y'all are just not going to get along, so I'm not going to even try anymore. Aubrey's like, good that you finally realized this, Dad. So Aubrey's going to go play with the kids since apparently his parents and his sisters don't want to do anything with him. Aubrey's dad's like, okay, so instead of making the pound cake, I guess I'll go talk to Simone's family about them exceeding the max occupancy of this apartment. I mean, it's time for them to go. Aubrey's like, I couldn't agree with you more, Dad. Simone's like, oh, it's good to see that you two are finally getting along. I mean, good that he just left the batter on the counter. Oh, the baby's happy. He's like, finally somebody's showing me some attention. All right, Aubrey's going to go take a nap. She's like, finally some peace and quiet and I can sleep in my own bed. All right, so we're going to go to the flea market now that the sink is fixed and she's taken a little bit of a nap. Why would she attend the doctor's appointment with Aubry as opposed to her significant other? What does Steven want? Hey, Aubry, I've been thinking about getting to know Kimmy Balmalero better as a friend. Do you think the two of us should hang out? Did he... I mean, go ahead, Steven, please, so you can stop calling me. I mean, it's not making me jealous, Steven. It really isn't. I mean, she has her mother and her sister here, but she's got to go to the doctor with Aubry. We finally made it to the flea market, like 5 hours later. And apparently, we have a mutual acquaintance. You owe him some simoleons. Where is it? So apparently, as soon as we showed up, Valentino got pulled away by somebody that he owes money to. Now, we all know Valentino's been acting a little bit strange, but apparently the gang member enforcer has shown up to... I mean, we have to give him a little bit of a makeover because he does not look intimidating at all. So he's apparently part of Joe Giordano's gang or criminal organization. So he's here to collect money that Valentino owes. So Valentino has asked Aubry to keep Yasmin busy while he goes to talk to this guy. I'm not sure how much talking they're going to be doing, but because Valentino does not have the money. He does not have the money, but hopefully that he'll be back in just a bit. So they decided they're going to go play some basketball. And of course, like everything else, Yasmin is a genius at basketball because this is what she does with her dad. They go surfing, skateboarding, and they play basketball. She's like, Yasmin, of course, has no interest in playing with Aubry. She's like, you're not on my level. Aubry, however, is attempting to show off that she has some skills. She's like, I was on the high school team. See, Yasmin? Yasmin, you're not looking. Yasmin, however, has spotted Rome, so she's going to go over there and say hi to him. Aubry's not really paying attention because she's still trying to show off the fact that she can play basketball. Like she's like, I can't let this 9-year-old show me up. And now she's like, where did she go? She's like, Yasmin, come back over here. Quit talking to strange men. Yasmin's like, that's not strange, man. That's my daddy's best friend, Rome. And I want to go talk to him. I don't want to play basketball with you. Aubry's like, well, okay, well, let me go talk to him. But then by the time she gets over there, Rome is gone. She's like, Yasmin, I know you're a genius. I know you're a really smart kid. I know you've grown up quickly, but you can't just wander off. Yasmin's like, I told you I wasn't wandering off. I was going to go talk to my daddy's best friend. I know Rome better than I know you. And all you want to do is play basketball anyway. I told you I was tired of playing. Aubry's like, yeah, but I'm responsible for you right now. Your dad left me in charge. So we're going to go eat something now since you don't want to play basketball. You know, you like to eat, don't you? Yasmin's like, yeah, but I don't like the food down here. He's like, well, we can't leave right now, Yasmin, because we're still waiting for your dad. And who is that guy? Rome? Who is he? I mean, your dad's mentioned him a couple times, but I've never actually got a chance to meet him or see what he looks like. He's like, you don't know Rome. Everybody knows Rome. He's like one of the most popular guys in the city. He's the best surfer I know, and I bet he could beat you in basketball too. Okay, so apparently Yasmin dislikes deception. I mean, she was telling Aubry the brutal truth today, apparently. Aubry's like, you know, Yasmin, I really want to get to know you better because, you know, I don't have that much family. So, you know, you're one of the few family members that I have. And so I want us to be friends if we can. Yasmin's like, how are we related again? Aubry's like, we're cousins. She's like, oh, well, maybe. I'll have to think about it. So she's gonna go get herself some chips, which is about the only thing she wants to eat down here in San Myshuno. Yasmin's a pretty picky eater, so she's just getting herself some plain chips. She's like, that's about the only thing I can eat around here. She's like, at least it's better than Aubry's cooking. And Aubry is back attempting to play basketball again. Yasmin was going to stay on the bench, but then she saw Looney Lonzo and decided she was going to come over to say hi. Yasmin's like, hey, Lonzo, how are you? What's everybody doing here today? Lonzo's like, where's your dad? It's like, I don't know. He left me with this woman. Did she just say Lonzo's a clown? I can't. Aubry apparently needs to take a bath. Lonzo's like, so how do you know Aubry a little bit? Aubrey's like, you do realize Valentino's my cousin, so I would know my little cousin, right? Oh, and thanks for getting me that job, Lonzo. It was great. He's like, yeah, you're welcome. Let me tell you something, Lonzo. What you want, little bit? Yasmin's like, let me tell you a little secret. Aubry can't cook. Lonzo's like, oh, okay. I mean, I think she told me that. It's like, me and Lonzo are best friends, Aubry. You can leave. Let me tell you another secret, Lonzo. Aubry can't play basketball. See? She missed her shot. Lonzo's like, why are you being so mean to Aubry? She's like, I don't know. She just annoys me. Lonzo's like, well, are you okay if I hang out with you guys? Yasmin's like, please do. All right, so they went home and were playing video games when Valentino finally showed back up with a black eye. Lonzo's like, should I ignore the fact that you have a black eye? He's like, yes, please do. I don't want to talk about it. Aubry's like, well, I finally got a shower. Seems like you guys are having fun. I'll just be in the back. Yasmin's like, yeah, don't interrupt us. We're playing video games. She's like, it's just you and me, cat, I guess. I mean, I'm not quite sure why your owner doesn't like me. I mean, I think I'm pretty fun. Yasmin's like, see, this is the best, isn't it, Daddy? Me, you, and Lonzo, and sometimes Rome. We don't need Aubry anymore. Valentino's like, what you got going on, Yasmin? Why are you being so mean to Aubry? Look at his eye. like it's like they scraped the skin off of his eye. There's like, we're not even gonna give you like an actual bruise. We're just gonna scrape the skin off your eye. I don't know what, they dragged him across the ground or something. I don't know what that is. Bruised up from debt collection, feeling protective. I mean, who's he feeling protective of? Yasmin? Okay, well, they're gonna play video games and they're gonna ignore the fact that Valentino's all bruised up and Yasmin has an attitude and Looney Lonzo can't remember what he had for breakfast. Okay, so Valentino's gonna put Yasmin to bed. Like, you know, it's time for bed, you know, and can you please be nice to Aubry for me? I mean, she's your cousin. And I know you miss Graham, but she would want you to be friends with her. So Lonzo's like, can you tell me now why you have that black eye? So I kind of borrowed some supply from the Giordano's and I owe them money and I never paid it back and they caught up to me. And you know what happens when they catch up to you. Lonzo's like, why didn't you ask me for the money? It's like, because you don't have that much money either, man. And I just don't want to be a burden on anybody. Lonzo's like, you know you can count on me for anything, man. Why wouldn't you come to me? No, I just feel like I'm just failing at providing for my daughter. You know, things have been tough since my grandmother died. Well, Aubry's been able to make a little bit of money babysitting the Lancaster grandchild, since the Lancasters are now paying her to help out Simone so she can go to these charity events. Since clearly the Floyds aren't going to help anything. And Lynn, what are you doing? Like, this place is a pure D mess and you're not doing anything to clean it up. She's like, there are so many people here. Why are there so many people here? Aubrey's like, don't ask me. I mean, I've been trying to get rid of them for weeks now. And now the refrigerator's broken. She got to call her dad again to come fix the refrigerator. The Floyds are like, well, we're going to go to the pool. They're trying to leave real quick before he comes over here to yell at them again. Max capacity. Max capacity. Can you clean something up, Lynn, please? And she's over here trying to ask for a raise. All right, so here he comes in a suit to fix the refrigerator. Hopefully he does not electrocute himself. Aubrey's like, I see that you've been in a really bad mood lately. I didn't know if you needed to talk. Lynn's like, yeah, I definitely need to talk. I mean, I've just been having so many problems with my love life, my personal life, and it's now affecting my career to the point, you know, I've not really been opening up the restaurant that I started with my partner, and, you know, now I have to pick up this. Aubrey's like, hold on a second. Let me go talk to the toddler. She's like, I really wasn't that interested in listening to her bellyache about whatever she was talking about. Well, at least she picked up the bottle. I mean, that's a start. This place is a disaster. I mean, it's like terrible in here. And then they have the music on. Apparently the baby's not waking up though. If she moves that plant one more time. Well, Aubrey decided that she's going to go do her laundry so she can avoid her house guests. Oh my gosh, they started a fire. These people have to go. These people have got to go. What were y'all even making? And what happened to the sprinklers? Apparently we did not put sprinklers in this place. And they just like are standing there. At least he ran to take the baby out. I guess he was coming back to extinguish it because the mother definitely wasn't extinguishing the stove. So now she got to call her father back again to let him know that the stove is burnt. Did Lynn have the nerve to actually charge us? You did nothing. So Simone is back from the charity event. She's like, yeah, I know my family's been a burden here, Mr. Olivier. I'm going to tell them to leave. And did she just pull out some more? She's like, I'll bake you a cake, Mr. Olivier, for, you know. No, we don't need you to bake a cake. You're the reason why the stove burnt up the first time. Simone's like, thank you for fixing this, Mr. Olivier. He's like, yes, but you need to get your parents out of here. This apartment occupancy is past max capacity. And there's too much going on. We can't chat right now, Mom. Did they burnt the thing on the other side of the wall too? Oh my gosh, these people are a menace. What did they even do with the baby? Like, the baby is gone. Does that mean that they took... No, the suitcase is still here. I was like, did that mean that they left? Did he just try to flirt with Simone? Clearly, Giovanni has lost his mind. Simone's like, how dare you? You know I'm engaged to Justin and you're engaged to Amber, so why would you do that? And I'm your daughter's best friend. So Simone's trying to decide if she should say something to Aubry about this. She's thinking probably not. But then on the other hand, she's like, Aubry may be right about not being able to solve things with her father. Because clearly he's on some other stuff.
Aubry, Aubry.
Oh, the baby's aging up. Yay, Justine is aging up. Now she's an infant. It's like, too bad your father couldn't be here, but apparently he's at some like comedy jam. And then my parents are completely ignoring the fact that you aged up, even though that's supposedly that's the reason why they're over here. It's like, Aubry, thank you for coming to the birthday party. It's like, aw, Justine, you're getting bigger. Oh, she fell asleep. Aubry says, kid, as your godmother, I'm going to make absolutely sure your parents do a much better job with their relationship than mine did. She's feeling a little bit overwhelmed tonight, so she decides she's going to write in her journal, you know, just write down some of her feelings. She's like, you know, I kind of miss, you know, having someone. But he'd have to be kind of like Christian Roman, you know, hot, talented, exciting, adventurous, athletic, and I heard he owns a few businesses, and he's pretty smart. I'm never finding a guy like that. All right, so Valentino is over at the Giordano's house so he can pay them back their money and hopefully get back on track. So he borrowed the money from Looney Lonzo, and Looney Lonzo basically was like, it's not a loan, but I'm just giving it to you. But Valentino's kind of like, it's a loan. So he plans to pay him back eventually. But first he needs to square things with Joe. Because little man Joe, don't play. He's like, I like fitness too, don't you? Joe's like, yeah, are you over here to talk to me about fitness, or are you over here to talk to me about my money? Because my man, it better be about my money. So, I know you got a visit from my brother, and I know that visit didn't go well. So, I'm hoping you're over here to set things right. Because, you know, you're one of my best dealers most of the time. I mean, I don't know what's gotten into you since your grandmother passed, but you need to get it back together if you want to keep working for me. He's like, yep, I'm here to pay you back. He's like, well, it's great that you pay me back, but don't expect to get any more supply from me for a while now. I need to see how you're moving before I can give you anything else. I mean, of course, Valentino has to agree to this, but he's not sure how he's going to make money since one of his main streams of income is to sell for Joe. So I guess he's going to have to get the whole burglar operation together with Looney Lonzo. And he also needs to figure out what's going on with Yasmin, because he really needs Aubry to sit for him, especially since she's not really asking for a lot of money. And Yasmin seems to have a problem with Aubry, and he can't figure out what it is, or nobody can figure out what it is. But he thinks maybe it might have to do with the fact that she's still grieving for his grandmother, because his grandmother pretty much raised Yasmin. And, you know, as much as he misses his grandmother, he knows Yasmin misses her too, and that was kind of like her mother. So she's kind of acting out because she doesn't want to get close to Aubry like that. So Aubry is out in Magnolia Promenade the next day because she is going to play her violin at the Rubates restaurant in order to make some money. kind of like Dawn used to do. And then she stopped to, say hi to this dog that's walking by before she heads over to the restaurant. All right. Well, I mean, they're tipping well today. So she should, make a fair amount of money. Why is that lady in her bathing suit? Oh my gosh. Like, Lynn needs to come over and fix the equipment in her restaurant. Did she just... Are they booing me? I mean, listen to this. Listen to Aubry play. How are they booing her? Okay, that's better. Yes, tip me, please. Is that guy booing us again? Well, we did okay with even with all the haters in this restaurant.
Oh, Lord, no. Wait, ba.
Somebody that I used to know.
Kim Lu.
My enemy.
Red Giraffe.